This year, we celebrate 20 years of working for the wild since the formation of the WILDTRUST in July 2004. For the past 20 years, the organization has grown from a relatively small conservation trust fund into a leading Southern African environmental conservation and sustainable development organization. This past year, we broke our previous annual fundraising record, raising more than 250 million rand to support our work across the region. We continue to use the income from our 3 endowment funds to support critical conservation projects implemented by ourselves and our partners. Growing our endowment funds underwrites the long-term sustainability of the work we do, and the Trust is supported in this by our fund managers and board of trustees who lead the charge to build the foundation of the WILDTRUST. The WILDTRUST continues to implement our projects across Southern Africa, focusing on our key wild areas where our wildlands and wild oceans teams work to strengthen conservation effectiveness and social resilience. Over the period of July 2023 to June 2024, our amazing teams achieved the following. Cleared 2,336 hectares of alien invasive plants and planted over 38,000 indigenous plants and trees. Over 19,600 hectares were patrolled, conserved, and protected. Just under 2,000 job opportunities were created. These include 25 rangers and 38 turtle monitors, with the bulk of these opportunities created for youth. Over 1.6 million kilograms of recycling was collected. 3,594 people received training in nature conservation, financial literacy, leadership, soft skills, and alien invasive plant control, among others. Over 46.4 million people were reached by the WILDTRUST advocacy and awareness campaigns across social and traditional media, which includes online, print, television, and radio platforms. A chunk of this media coverage is linked to 3 short films the WILDTRUST team developed. 2 of the films, See Us and Caleb, Beyond the Bite, have already won awards and been accepted into several film festivals across the globe. The 3rd film mentioned was linked to the 30 by 30 commitment made by South Africa, which was viewed by President Cyril Ramaphosa at the National Biodiversity Indaba and acknowledged by him as a relevant film with key messages around conservation in our beautifully diverse country. 451 media pieces worth 13.5 million rand were published, linked to 3 key marine campaigns focused on sharks, rays, expansion of protected areas, and pushing back on oil and gas.
All of this work not only benefits and protects the wildlife, both marine and terrestrial, that call these wild spaces home, but also benefits the people that live in and are dependent on thriving ecosystems that underwrite their livelihoods. Youth unemployment remains one of the key obstacles to social mobility in South Africa. The WILDTRUST is very proud to have extended our Youth Employment Services YES program into a 5th year. More than 1,000 young and unemployed persons have benefited from a dedicated internship program that not only provided income to them to sustain their own livelihoods, but provided them with education opportunities and the ability to gain experience across the work the WILDTRUST does. This enables young people to enter the working world with experience and confidence, and most importantly, the ability to make a positive difference in our country's growth. To ensure our impact is positive, we continue to invest in world-class environmental and social management systems, or ESMS, which ultimately checks our projects for potential adverse environmental and social impacts throughout the planning and implementation phase. In addition, the WILDTRUST leads and supports the development of investment projects for local and international donors. who seek to invest in nature-positive projects that sequester carbon through restoration and improved management of conservation areas.
Making sure that local communities truly agree and participate in conservation projects supports WILDTRUST's approach and its leadership role in the global 30 by 30 campaign. This is especially important in a South African context, where local people have often been excluded from land set aside for conservation and felt alienated by conservation authorities. This campaign, which underwrites one of the key targets of the Global Biodiversity Framework, aims to effectively conserve 30% of our global terrestrial and marine environment by 2030. This campaign also played a key role in the production of the first African 30 by 30 implementation plan, which aims to highlight the challenges and solutions and outline an action plan towards an economically sustainable and environmentally healthy future for South Africa and her people.
Working towards this goal, the WILDTRUST has been instrumental in establishing and supporting a South African non-governmental collaboration forum, which advocates for and supports government's ability to commit to this ambitious goal of 30 by 30. The forum, comprising of a group of 20 and growing NGOs, also promotes closer working relations between NGOs and other conservation and development initiatives.
The biggest asset of the WILDTRUST over the last 20 years has been the amazing people who have worked for and with the Trust to help us realize our goal of a thriving society that exists in balance with the natural world. The team continues to grow in size and experience, making a positive impact in the various wild areas where they work. Thank you to our team, many supporters and donors who enable our journey striving for a thriving and resilient world. Here's to the next 20 years.